Okay, well, now I'm back. I was like, I don't know what was going on with my dashboard. Like, I was trying to reset it because it was stuck somehow. And I was like, there is no way. We were in kind of a dead zone there. And I was like, there is no way I have signal right there. And then we got up here where I do have signal, which I'm gonna be losing. Asking chat, I'm like, is there anybody on still? Like, am I actually live streaming? And I tried to reset I turned my cell service off to try and reset the dashboard. It wasn't doing nothing. So, and then all of a sudden the stream crashed due to an unknown error, it said. I was like, oh, that tells me that my dashboard was broken. It didn't know what to do. Now I have cooled off a bit, so thinking about running this uphill doesn't sound appealing to me. Oh, and now the signal's gonna have issues. It's like, what the hell? You were just working great. I was pushing 3.5 megabytes. Oh well, I'll just keep going. Try and get around up here so I can see this other cell tower, and then we should be good, actually. The dog is trying to prevent me from going down the trail. He's stopping in front of me. Oh, there we go. See, I have signal again. What's going on? It is like weird. It's like jumping to 4.5 megabytes, dropping to 0 in like 10-second period. It's like, whatever. Oh yeah, I should be on the cell tower over here now. But it'll still go in and out because we're gonna go behind this ridge for a little bit. And once we get up there, we should be good. I was just thinking about how this gate, I gotta show it to you guys. There's this fence with this gate, and I used to always joke about how, you know, make sure you close the gate when you go through. I came out here one time and there was somebody had a padlock on it. It's not on there anymore, but somebody had a padlock on it, and I was like, oh man. And they had the gate closed, and it was like, gosh dang it, somebody locked the gate. How are we gonna get through now? It's just 2 random fence posts with a gate on it. Out here goes my dog. She's like, what are we doing? Hi, what are we doing? That's what you were saying. Yeah. Here's some birdos up here. I was thinking about back in that last section on that peak right there where the trail goes underneath it. I mean, last time we were up here, which was a few months ago, well, more than a few, it was probably like 7 months ago, 8 months ago. And we were running back here, and I was just climbing every peak on our way, getting as much vert as I could. And we were coming down from that peak, and we got about I don't know, 3/4 of the way down, crashing down through the brush and everything. And I see somebody, some female, just standing down on the trail. And I didn't really think anything of it. Well, then I turn, look behind us, and here comes this lady out of the trees. She was like, because she, had to use the back. I don't know if she was peeing or pooping or what, but I was like, oh, we'd have ran like, didn't even notice. We ran like 10 feet from her probably as we were crashing down. And the whole time they were probably thinking like, what the hell is it? Like this random creeper coming out of the woods. There's no trail. It's all off trail if you're gonna do any of the peaks here. Oh, this is steep. Steepies. In about a month, maybe not even a month. Yeah, probably about a month. The wildflowers here are gonna be popping. It's gonna be nuts. You get all the big yellow daffodil looking flowers. They're not daffodils, that's kind of what they look like. As well as the Indian paint color of flower you want. And every type of flower. So cool. I love it. My dog is leaving me in the dust. She just gave a look back to make sure she would eventually, she was probably just waiting and being like, oh, there's the top of his head. He's still coming this way. Oh man, my legs are tired. I don't know why they're so tired all of a sudden. I only ate enough food yesterday. I should be good, or at least last night. Who knows? Oh, I'm already thinking about what am I gonna have for lunch today. One thing I'm going to do is hit the grocery store. So I think what our plan is, once we get done with this, we'll go straight to the grocery, and then I might and then we'll go and pick up old Riley girl, rescue her from the apartment. And then that way she can hang out with Nari. And then, oh, this is icy in here because it is cold in here. It's just frosty. It looks like it snowed. So that rain that we got down in Helena, it snowed up here. It was like those little pellety snows, but definitely snowed, that's for sure. But then after that, I think she can just hang out with Nari in the van while I try and get that mountain done. And then the back stairway that is always like, you can leave that way, but you're never able to go in that way because it's uncontrolled. We thought about putting a key fob thing on that door, but the estimate we got was astronomical because there's nothing over on that side of the building, so they'd have to somehow run lines and everything over that direction, and it was going to cost a lot of money. Well, so they've been putting a block. Let's go this way. Let's go up this way. Yeah. Nari was gonna take the main trail. Usually she likes to take this one. I like taking this one. Anyways, they put I noticed they had a door handle on this side of it now, and they permanently like unlocked it yesterday. So it's like, oh. I'm guessing that means that the elevator's not gonna be fixed anytime soon. Like, I don't know how there's a bunch of old people in the building that live up on the upper floors. That's where like the vast majority of the old people live, because they're richer individuals, generational wealth and whatever else from the area. So they have the luxury condos up on the top floor. Well, they're old now. So it's like, how are you? Like, how long did it take for you to walk up and down them stairs? Like, there's one older lady, I really like her a lot, that lives on my floor. But she can still move pretty good. She's not, like, I don't know how old she is. She's probably 70. And then there's another older lady that lives a floor down. So she only has one flight of stairs to do. If she goes in that door. But she is, like, she has to walk with a cane and all that. Like, she can't move around very much. So I was always curious, like, how she does. Mostly going up the stairs. I think going down she does okay. Going up the stairs. For somebody like her, what would be the main stairs are so freaking steep and narrow that I don't think she could do it. So if you don't have that door open, like, and the elevator's down, there's nothing she could do to get up this, like, she'd be stuck. Whew. Okay, well, there's the peak I said right there that we were going to try and climb, so we're going to try it. We're not going to be quite as high or quite as far as I thought we were going to be. We might be lucky to get to 9 miles, but we'll see. We will see. Oh, my leggies. I think I pushed too hard on that one section because my hamstrings are a little crampy. Drinking extra water now to, I'm definitely hydrated, so I don't know what's going on there. There's the other valley right there with the US highway. I don't know if it's hard to tell, but see that little right there, that's the US highway going up and over the Continental Divide. The pass is right there. I don't remember what the top of that is. 6,500 feet right there, probably at that pass. 6,700, something like that. Probably closer to 67, 68. I'll bet you. I don't remember. It's kind of weird that, you know, that's where they put the US highway, because there's another pass over here. It's an old road. It's called Priest Pass, and even Mullen Pass, which was the very first pass, which would be back over here somewhere too. Actually, I think Mullen Pass is probably like right there, and Priest Pass is like over here. Both of those are lower. So it's like, why is that where you put the highway? And Priest Pass is where the railway used to go back in the day. Now there's it climbs up, but then there's like a tunnel. It doesn't go all the way up and over. There's like a little tunnel there. As far as I remember. I think that's right. Okay, we're gonna try and climb this thing. We're gonna climb this bitch. I don't know if we should. This is where we saw that black bear this time last year when she was still little. What was she then, like 3 months old? And come over here and there's a black bear down on the trail, like right down there. Okay, well, let's try and do this. We'd sit up here a lot. There's a clearing right over there where you can just look off over in the distance, which was really nice. She just tried to push me off the trail, a little turd. I think we're gonna go over here. I don't want to go through the trees. I don't know what the cell service is going to be like. Oh yeah, it definitely did snow a little bit when it rained down in the city. It's like a more grapple. I think grapple is the technical term. Weather term. That's kind of what it... Oh, there's a western meadowlark. I hear it. I love western meadowlarks. I think that's how it... Maybe it's not. I might be wrong. Okay, well, I think we're gonna just head on up. We're just gonna head on up. This is steep. What the hell? She's trying to take the trail, and then she's like, she stopped and looked. She was like, why am I getting further away? Why aren't you getting closer to me? There's a lot of elk hanging out on this mountainside. Oh man. Whew. Take a little breather. Breather as we go straight up this thing off trail, because it is, nothing is ever as steep as when you go straight up off trail, unless you're in New Hampshire, because their trails aren't really trails. Most of their trails are freaking... Oh look, there's all the water rushes down off the mountains right here. Let's just follow that up and call it a trail. I'm doing a 32-minute mile pace climbing up this thing. And I'm pushing myself. And I'm like walking fast through little steps because it's so steep, but like I'm pushing. Get over here to the left a little bit. Oh, it's good to see there's some baby trees starting to grow. Of course, that means the way this place manages the forest here. In about 5 years, they'll be like, oh, we can't have any new growth. Let's chop them all down. It's like, I'm guessing they probably had a fire come through here, which is why there's no trees on this little section. And that was probably like 30 years ago. And so you finally got little trees growing. And because it takes that long for the forest to rebound. Yet Forest Service here is like, oh, we got 10 years of new growth, we better chop all that down. It's like, dude, what's gonna happen is all your other trees are gonna die, because trees only live so long where they die, and then you're gonna have no new growth, and it's gonna be like 50 years before the forest replenishes itself. Oh, the only snack I have with me, she can't have. Which sucks. In another month, I would never do what we're doing right now. Just crossing through the grass like this, because the ticks will start coming out. And those freaking deer ticks out here are just ruthless. And a grown man screamed like a little girl. Freak the F out. Or a little boy. Little boys freak out too. Freak out like a little kid, I guess. And like I have been known, when I found a tick on me, after coming off of a trail, driving down the highway, found a tick on me, it's like crawling up the back of my head, slammed on the brakes, squealing tires off on the shoulder of the highway, and I jumped out and stripped buck ass naked all the way down. Was like, nope, not doing it. Threw my clothes in the back of the truck. This is when I had my truck. And drove like the rest of the way home naked. So I was like, nope, not dealing with it. Yay! We made it, sweet girl. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Oh. Whoo. Kind of shirtless for a little bit, yeah. we're way back here, so my stream has been going in and out. We were doing really good, and then my stream at one point completely died on us, so I had to restart it. But boy, sweet girl. Hi, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, pretty good views back here. Oh, but this is where we're gonna turn around and go back. The trail is way down there, and it continues on back there, and then goes that direction, goes that direction, then climbs up to that peak, and then drops down. And that's the other trailhead down there. And there's zero signal back there, but like if I drop down there, there's no signal. Because my cell tower, I actually don't know. You can see the very edge of Helena over here. So I might be on that cell tower. I think I can catch a cell tower over here. But there's also a cell tower right over here on in that side of the valley. The Continental Divide is right there, so that's why they have a cell tower. We're gonna sell light right this far. So weird enough, I mean, you look around here and there's like hardly any clouds. It's supposed to be partly cloudy today for most of the day, and these clouds are moving fast, and you can tell they're starting to get a little dark. But at first thing this morning, it was raining here. And the storm blew through. It stopped about 7 o'clock probably. Like, it's probably when it stopped raining. But yeah, it was raining. It started around 5:30 and then stopped about 7. And then I think tomorrow night or whatever, no, it's Sunday, well, I think there's just like a chance of like snow/rain in this area tomorrow, but like Sunday it's supposed to snow. So it'll be interesting. It did actually, when we noticed climbing up on this peak here that it did snow up here. When it was raining down in the city, it was snowing up here. But throughout the weekend, yeah. Okay, hold on everybody. Apologies for that, probably lost the camera for a little bit. I had to take a picture. That was too cool. As long as it isn't super heavy, you're good. Yeah. If like, I will run in pretty much any condition except for when it's windy. I hate the wind. Okay, we're gonna head back and hope that we don't lose signal too bad. I'll try and my legs are tired now. Done almost 2,000 feet of vert. We still got more climbing to do, so we're gonna definitely get over 2,000 feet on this run. We'll just follow this little ridge line back down and hope I don't trip and fall, because this is super uneven and it's all grass cloddy and it's all dried veg. Although the green grass is starting to pop up now. It's starting to pop up. Like I said, the wildflowers will be popping in just a few weeks up here. It's too bad I'm not going to be here. Oh, heavy. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I have some really good, like, rain shells that do pretty good. I have one because it's mandatory. There are certain races that I do that are, you have to have certain specs of mandatory gear, and so one is like a jacket that meets a certain rain proofing requirement, and so that one, that one will keep you dry. But if it's like really warm out, You know, because it's so, like, the permeability of the specs on it is so unpermeable, I guess. It like if you're running pretty hard and you get pretty hot, you're gonna be just as wet from sweat as if you just weren't wearing the jacket. But if it's cold out, I mean, it keeps the rain off you. It keeps you nice. Well, it doesn't really keep you warm. If you wear a second layer, it keeps you warm. You want to go down through the trees? Okay. I guess there is kind of a trail here, but I think it's an elk trail. But okay. Guess she wants to go down through the trees. I don't know why. Probably because she tells it to go slower. And there's snow. I gotta take my sunglasses back off. And we're losing signal too. We are losing signal. Where are you going? What kind of craziness are you bringing me into here? She's weaving back and forth. Also, yeah, here it's supposed to get colder. But wilderness. And hit a trail there before the weather gets too bad. And then I will be driving on Sunday, and I'm going to try and get my Starlink mount on my van today so that I can just do some IRL streaming, because then I also got to get my camera set up and all that too. But god dang, there's some freaking rose bushes in here with thorns, like wild rose bushes. What kind of area are you bringing me into? Now I gotta go freaking post holing through the snow. What the heck? What the heck kind of adventure is my dog bringing me on here? Oh gosh dang, there's so many freaking branches and brush on the ground as well for me to trip on. What she's doing. Oh gosh dang. Oh. Oh gosh dang, it's deep. I didn't think it was that deep. Wear shorts, you freak. That snow is knee deep. Weirdo. Okay. Well, let's try and now I got like snow and stuff. I still gotta go through more snow. Jeez. I got freaking snow and pine needles and whatever else, dirt, everything in my shoes. All because you wanted to go down through the snow. We could have just gone down the way we went and then just hopped on the trail like we're on now. Oh, she wants to go back up that? I guess that's okay. I need more vert. I mean, it's not a lot of vert, but the main trail goes right here. Oh, it's all right. We can go with this. I'm okay with that. This is the way we went, so she probably thinks this is the way you go. We came down this way. I'm actually surprised the gophers aren't out. The Richardson ground squirrels, as their technical term is. We just call them gophers. Oh man. What is she doing over there? That's so weird looking. That's an actual tree that's growing all weird. It's like it thinks it's a juniper or something. Because it should look a lot like, I don't see any of its kind around here, but it would be similar to something like this. This is a ponderosa here, but oh, there she goes running again. Now she's staring at me like, what are you doing over there? She's like, I came out here because I thought she'd be further down the trail. Today's one of those days where, like right now, I should be running, but it's so freaking beautiful out here today. Like I said, it's getting to be the best time of running for trail running in Montana, and I'm leaving again. I've only been here for what, like 4 days or so? And I'm leaving in a couple days. And I probably won't be back for another month at least, and then even then I'm only gonna be back for like 2 days. Enough to drop her off, which by the way I need to call the vet, because I think I need to get her updated on her shots before I can drop her off at the boarding place. So figure that out. You know, 12-hour days of sitting in the van driving. I could drive up here, let the legs loosen up a bit, and then drive back down. I hate to leave her that much. That's the problem, is she's gonna be there for a minimum of a week and a half at the boarding, because either it was a turkey or one of the largest mountain grouse I've seen in my life. Hey, Nari, I'm right back here. Hey, Nari, I'm back here. Gosh dang it, she doesn't see me. Nari, hey, behind you. Gosh dang you, you weirdo. Yeah, you weirdo. That's when I'm always worried, because when she took off like that, she was freaking out because she thought she lost me and I was way down the trail. And then I'm yelling at her. She didn't, and if she didn't finally stop, I would have been like, she'll 4-minute mile it all the way back. And it's not like I'm trying to set a PR in most of the races. Nari, I'm up here. Nari, I'm up here. Nari. I'm back here. Nari. She went ahead of me again. I wish she wouldn't do that. She keeps, like, just go. My last bracelet was really good about coming back to the trail where she exited it. This little butthead thinks that I'm leaving her behind, so she freaking beast modes it ahead on the trail, and then she gets so far ahead of me on the trail over here. Now she's over here doing her thing. She gets so far ahead of me on the trail that then she can't see me or hear me, and then she thinks I'm way ahead of her, so she just freaking full sends it down the trail trying to find me. There is no way I can catch up to her. What is she doing now? Like, she's not on the trail. So she's not looking for me, that's for sure. She's over on the other side of this ridge. I can't see her. Hopefully she doesn't go all the way back looking for me. There she is. Nari! Nari! Hey! Nari! 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 Right here! I don't think she saw me. Nari! Turn around, you fool! Nari! Nari! I'm right here! Gosh dang, you're fucking stupid. Pay attention! I'm right here, you fool! You're trying to freaking beast mode it down the trail because you think I'm way down there and I'm yelling at your ass. Gosh dang, she's a freaking idiot. It's like, even if you know, it's like, even if you heard me, at least give me an acknowledgement that you heard me. That's all I care about. You see, like right now, she ran up ahead, she stopped, and now she's looking back at me. Oh man, whoo! Let's try to get back to here. Somewhere to be, yes, exactly. Either run over my set mileage or be slow to look at the view. Well, whenever I come back in areas like this, I do not have a pace in mind. I could care less. So I just have my targeted, not even mileage, I just have targeted hours. Hey Spice Roll, yeah. It's funny that you're back now, because now we're getting into the section where I lost the stream last time. But it's downhill this time, so I should be able to get through it pretty fast. There's a train off in the distance. My dog is being a butthead still. Trying to leave me in the dust, she is. This is that hill I was talking about a little bit ago, where me and her, we climbed to the peak. And it's all off trail, nobody climbs to the peak. And we were crashing down through the trees to get back down here to the trail. And I noticed that girl who was standing on the trail, and then noticed that at one point we were oh, there's a little bit of climate right here. Oh. To take this trail off to the right and go up and back to the trailhead that way, but I get zero signal on that. I think it's called Hanging Tree. Oh, we're back to here. Whew. Gross. Oh, my nose is going extra today. Okay. Well, now we're gonna drive down here and we'll see how we feel, but might do maybe I don't necessarily want to do the second half of Nessa's route. Might be fun to maybe cruise over to Andy's and drop down, and then maybe catch the trail up. Maybe even run down like Ambrose for a ways, and then climb up back up to Prairie or something. Change it up a bit. It'd be kind of fun. Oh man. This is the old trail. It used to come down this way right here. And then they put in these switchbacks. And I'm like, these switchbacks are just as steep as that old trail. So it's like, why did you get rid of that old trail? It's clearly not, like, it wasn't eroding any worse than this trail. But who knows? I guess they felt like they needed to put a switchback in. Oh. Changing out your long run routes a bit for some variety, even though they're, oh, I hate crossing streets. Well, I ran this route last night with a friend. My old Vishla, she had this favorite route that she liked to do, and that her name was Nessa, and that's why it's called Nessa's route. Even if you look at Strava now, people will, because it's been named Nessa's route, so people will run it. And it was just, I mean, there's tons of trails back here, options that she could have chose, but for whatever reason, that's the this is, you know, that was her route that she liked to do. So, but we did that last night, so that's why I'm like, I don't feel like doing this route again. Change it up a bit. Plus you get a little bit extra distance that way and a little bit extra vert. Because if we do Andes, surprisingly I have to climb a bit on Andes, and then when we get down on the bottom of Andes, then we'd have to climb back up, either to get to Ambrose, which is the lower trail, or Prairie, which is the middle trail. We're definitely not climbing all the way to 1906, that's for sure. And that's the upper trail. So if we're gonna climb all the way back up to 1906, then we might as well climb the summit again. And I don't think I have that in me. I mean, we definitely get about, probably pretty close to 4,000 feet of vert, that's for sure. Actually, we wouldn't be close to that from this side. We'd probably get about 3,400 maybe, if we did a double summit today, because we've already summited once at the beginning. Isn't so bad when pace doesn't matter, really. Well, that's true, yeah. Okay, I'm going to judge you by your answer, but are you one of those people that if they come to like a street light and you have to stop, do you jog in place? Let's go this way. Yeah. Jog in place while you wait for the light to change. No? Okay, good. Because those people, I'm not a judgy person, but I judge those people. Because it doesn't do anything for you. It's not like you're not putting any effort jogging in place, so you're not keeping your heart rate up. So it's like, why do people do that? You know, people that do. I know. It's like, why? There is no benefit to it. Like, I think in their brain, they're like, oh, I'm keeping my heart rate up so it doesn't spike down. No, because jogging in place isn't like, you're never gonna get, you might get to zone, lower part of zone 2 maybe if you're gonna, by jogging in place, but like, you're never gonna keep yourself at zone 3. And So even if you are doing some sort of like threshold run, if you get to a stoplight, just stop and wait. Your heart rate's gonna go down just as high, or just as low, I guess you could say. It's gonna drop as much, whether you're jogging in place or stopping. So if you're doing zone 2, it doesn't make any sense. All you do is look like a weirdo. On Andes right now. That's what this trail is called. Old Chevy's to our right. Usually that's his route. We just passed a Chevy, so the trail going to Deratissima that we jump over would be like right here. Oh yeah, it would be, because here's our trail intersection, and this trail connects right where the other trail is at. So I think what we'll do is drop way down, but then we're gonna have to climb all the way back up to here, which is okay. I just don't know if we'll do it here. We could do it on the next trail over, which is Road to Mars, or we could even just go down Ambrose a bit and then climb up from Ambrose. Either way, I think we're gonna do Prairie, because Ambrose is usually pretty busy with the little kids and old people this time of day, because it's it's a lower trail, so it doesn't have a lot of up down on it. Somebody's got a doggo up here. It's barking and everything. Ooh, maybe I don't want to climb up to Prairie. This slightest incline right here is kicking my ass right now. And it is a hell of a climb up to Prairie, especially once we drop down here. Okay, let's keep going. Sometimes it's fun to run the trailhead down Ambrose and then take this all the way to the summit, because it's very runnable. Way more runnable than Powerline or the one we did today. That's for sure. 1906, if you're in good enough shape, is runnable all the way to the top. I mean, if you're a freaking beast, you can run up Powerline. I know people that do. And it's freaking nuts. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna run up a 28% grade for a mile. No biggie. We're almost to our trail down, I think. Yeah, because here's that split. It's just a little ways down from that. stopping for? I don't know if she's been this. No, she's been this way before. She's had to. I think we came this way a couple times last year. If it's been more than a year, then yeah, she has been this way. But for sure, she's been this way a couple times last year, last summer. Here's our trail. I don't remember what it's called. This is, oh, this is still Andes. So Andes goes all the way down to Ambrose. And then Seven Sisters goes that way. Which this way is pretty cool. It'll go all the way down to La Grande, and then you can take La Grande back. If you're trying to get like a little tempo run, La Grande's pretty nice. It's like the portion down that way is just a gravel road, and then but you can, there's an asphalt trail going all the way back, almost all the way to the trailhead where we're parked. You just have to jump up on a short little trail for a little bit, a little single track. Oh. But then I'd have to put her on a leash. And all I have is the just regular short leash. I don't have a running leash on with us. Had to take a call, no problem. No problems. You don't jog in place. Going across an interstate. Well, that's like I was saying. Unless you're doing threshold, your heart rate is never going to drop that far to where you have to worry about it, you know. And even if you're doing a threshold, you can't jog in place hard enough to where you can get, you know, keep your heart rate up into like a zone 3, zone 4. Like zone 2 is about as max you can do. Oh, there's the puppers. Hi, okay, come on, let's go. Okay, now we gotta climb back up. And we'll either hit Ambrose or just go up. Because here's Ambrose right here, I think. She's waiting to see. She doesn't wait long enough for me to even decide what we're doing. Well, that's OGR. That's not Ambrose. I can see Road to Mars right across the way from us. I wonder if OGR goes to Ambrose? I don't know. Oh, potty break. Whew. This must be the signpost for Ambrose. I think she wants to go. That's old Chevy. We'd only have to go up a little ways to get to Prairie. I suppose we can do Ambrose for a bit and then jump up to Prairie. Why not? So we could take that up too, but we'll just take Ambrose for a little bit. Take Ambrose the Tubbs intersection and then climb up to Prairie. Specifically for social pace runs that don't go across trees. Yeah, like we're saying, it's like. Ooh. Well, now you guys can get a good view of all the super rich neighborhood. Freaking all the millionaires back here living in this neighborhood. And even though I'm staring directly, oh, there we go, it's back. It's like I'm staring directly at the cell tower. Yeah, that neighborhood right there. And then this house is brand new. All these houses, all this housing development back here is all just freaking $1 million homes, and there's gonna be a couple more over there. And this used to be part of the city park. This is the area back here where where I was telling about how the city, I don't know how many years ago it was, sold all this land to a developer to develop new, you know, $1 million homes. And then last year they had a big PR thing because the developer was selling land to the city to be incorporated into the city park. And it's like, it hasn't been that long ago that people forget that the city sold that land to the developer in the first place. But then, you know, they're trying to make a name for themselves, so they're like, they sold, you know, 20% of the land back to be put into the back into the city park, and they probably sold that 20% for the same price that they bought the whole thing for 10 years ago. Must be nice to be rich. Yeah, exactly. And probably the only reason why I see that they've been doing a lot more trimming of trees back in here. Only reason why they probably sold that 20% back is because they couldn't get permits to build on those pieces, probably for some environmental reason. So they're like, well, we can't develop it, let's just sell it back. It's like, but then they try and turn it into a positive spin, like, oh look, this developer is selling this land back to the city to be incorporated into the city park. And it's like, it already was once before you guys sold it. What the hell? Now I will say, during Christmas time, this neighborhood back here does do well for Christmas lights on the houses, which is probably because these millionaires, they pay someone to put all these Christmas lights on for them. Yeah, should have just left it alone, exactly. Well, it's like on the other city park a few years ago, and I've ranted about this a lot. But a few years ago, there was a trail that me and my dog used to take up to the top of Mount Ascension. And then 2 years ago, all of a sudden they closed it. due to erosion, they said. This trail is closed for erosion mitigation, like, you know, to keep it from eroding or whatever, which that trail was in great shape. Like, it did better than the main trails. There was no erosion on it at all. And everybody still took it because of that. And then one day, last year, here I am going up this trail, and all of a sudden there's these big signs. Let's see, here is our junction, so we need to go right here. Nari! Hey, Nari, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go up to Prairie. So we gotta backtrack a little bit, but not too bad. This actually kind of goes back and forth. What am I trying to say? Switchbacks all the way up. But anyways, all of a sudden there was these markings on the trees and private property, no trespassing signs. And I'm like, what the hell? And yeah, so the city, they didn't close that trail for erosion mitigation. They closed it because they were selling that part of the property to some, like this edge of the main trail. It's like, at least if you're going to sell it, you could have just sold the property for this edge and left the trail alone. Nope. They moved the property way over here, and then they had to recut a new trail further down. It's like, you guys are a bunch of fucking idiots. For one, it's like, I guarantee whoever built that house and whatever, bought that, probably has some ties to the city government in order to be able to purchase City Park. And even in order to sell that, they have to put a notice. If they're going to sell, you know, public park, you know, somewhere, notice to the public, pending sale or whatever, so, you know, to get public opinion on everything. So I don't know how they got around that. I'm guessing they probably were like, had it in like page 12 of the local newspaper, which nobody ever buys a hard copy paper anymore. And if they look at it online, pages on a newspaper, and they're like, oh, no, we gave a notice and we had zero feedback, so obviously people didn't care. I kind of want to go this way. Money involved, yep. You want to go back this way? What do you think? We're not going to gain it's not like really we're going to gain a lot, but it's more enjoyable. What do you think? You want to go this way? Or you want to go that way? Oh, there's people up on the trail. It was probably the bikers we saw earlier. So you can see Prairie up there. It's not too far up, although we have to join it like way back here somewhere. I guess she wants to go this way. I kind of wanted to go this way. This way's fun. It goes to the same place. Let's go this way. See if I can convince her. You want to go this way? She's like, okay, fine. I start walking this way. She's like, where the F are you going? Let's just go up. You've been this way before. I mean, we've come from the other direction, but you've been this way before. This is a more runnable uphill than the freaking switchbacks climbing up to Prairie. Like I said, this goes up to Prairie, it's just further back. So. And then once we hit Prairie, we still have to climb more. But this is all runnable. Those switchbacks, I was walking those. Oh, I say runnable, and then, gosh dang, I hit this freaking steep ass section right here. I take back what I said. It is more fun. You're correct. This is way more fun. It was more runnable in my current fitness level. I'm still struggling. Or the fact that I've been, running for 2.5 hours and haven't had any nutrition. That could be it as well. But we're so close to the end. We're really close. Like I say, maybe 1.5 miles from the trailhead. Whew. My dad just stopped and looked at me like, what the hell kind of noise are you making back there? Well, we're almost to but essentially it's prairie. A little bit higher here, but if you look at the sign, I'm pretty sure it says 2 prairie. Yeah, 2 prairie right there. So, if you would have taken the switchback, this is where we would have came out, is this intersection right here. And then this right here is actual prairie that goes up. That's why I say it's pretty much prairie. It's just a little connector between that and Daratissima. But yeah, this is where we would have came up at if it would have taken the other one. So this one's way more fun. Or that other one, I mean, was way more fun. Okay, let's keep going. Because now we got a little bit of climbing. It's not super steep at all. For about probably 3/4 of a mile. And then we got downhill the whole rest of the way. Like I think even the steepest part of this trail, you're probably talking like a 6% grade is all. So that's a major. Oh, look at that puppers. She's non-phased, so. I don't think that dog was like, when she's like, he just sounds mean. Well, when he made that noise, I took it as like a playful whatever, because that's what his body language said, not like an aggressive. Well, go say hi, you weirdo. If you want to say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Well, not quite all downhill from here. We still got one more little spur ridge line to go over. So, like, this looks downhill, but this is actually uphill. So here's flat, but then it climbs back uphill again. But it's kind of one of those where, what was it, the other day we were running up some like really super steep stuff, and then we got on something like this and it felt like we were going downhill. It's like, I looked at my watch and it's still at like a 4% grade, but because we were running up a 20% grade right before that, it was like, this feels like it's downhill. This is a long uphill too. A little bit of a grinder, even though it's only like, what was my watch today? 6% grade is all. But it is just a grinder. But it's fun. It's kind of one of those fun grinds. Because you know you're almost done and through it. And you feel accomplished by just keeping going. Ooh. Okay, from here it's all downhill. And now you got a good view of the city as we come over the top. But a few times, yeah. Normally they don't go that far back. As far back as we went. Oh, sorry. Usually people stick to this side. Like this trail, this prairie, goes all the way to the top. This is the easiest way to the top. 1906 is, for most people, which is the higher trail above us, is for most people the quickest, because it's the most moderate of the steep trails, and it's not like super long. But the way I usually go is the shortest way up, but it's also the steepest. Now, I can guarantee I can go up 1906 way faster than I could go up that thing because it is so steep. And then the trail we took this morning easily took me twice as long as 1906 would take because it's long and steep. But oh, Nari's trying to make friends. She is so happy. She's like, this is the best thing ever. I can say hi to all these people. Hi. She's like, so many people. This area used to be pretty wooded because they had a fire 2 years ago through here. You can still see some of the remnants of it here. But there's the big H out there for Helena, and then the higher trail 1906 is right below it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. That's for most people is the quickest way up. Guarantee. Well, like I said before we left, it's like by the time we're coming back, it's going to be super busy up here. Friday morning. I mean, we left by a little after 8, and by like probably between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, easily by 9 o'clock on a Friday with as nice of a day as it's supposed to be today. Yeah, it's gonna be busy pretty much from all day. This is actually the trail, well, between here and 1906, which we're almost, this combines the 1906. 1906 is right there. This is what I do my hill repeats on if I'm doing VO2 max training. You know, some version of like 6 by 2 by 3 by 4s or something, you know, type of thing. So you can either do it by like 6 by 200 meters, and then 6 by 300 meters, 6 by 400 meters, with like a minute break in between the two, or you do that by minutes. So 6 by 2 minutes, 6 by 3 minutes. Hello. Forget about this time of day. Always get little kids too. Oh, sorry. She has a tendency to scare the little kids because she looks like a crazy person. She has a crazy eye because she loves little kids. So she goes running, sprinting towards them to say hi, and then they get scared of her. Because if you see her from the front when she's sprinting at you like that, and she looks crazy, you don't know what's gonna go on. Yeah, this Friday, this time of day, and now we're on the busiest trail out here as well. This is the trail that most people take to the top. Because we combined, this is 1906 now, we just jumped on 1906 from Prairie. And this is the trail that is the easiest for people to get to the top, especially if you have kids, because they are not going to be able to do power line, that's for sure. Okay, Nari, come here. I gotta put you on the leash. Come here. Because you will not let me if I get any closer. Okay. Nari, come here. Yep. He won't let me. We get close to that. No, don't knock over the camera. Yes, thank you. She's messing with the camera. Sorry, everybody. I gotta fix this. There we go. Hey, Nari. Hey, what are you doing? Come back here. You little butthead. She freaking pulled a freaking leash right out of my hand. Like, that guy there is doing freaking repeats up power line here. I'm talking about how I do my repeats on 1906. There's some dude over here doing his freaking repeats up power line, which is right here, probably a 24% grade, somewhere around there. People have their dog off leash in the leash zone. So that tells me that the dog Nazi's not up here. So I guess I could take her back off. But you never know until you get up here to the parking lot to know if the dog Nazi's in here. Because they will just sit here and write citations all day. Because once you get within, I guess like 100 yards or whatever of the trailhead, it's a leash zone, which I get. You don't want dogs wandering around the parking lot getting hit, that kind of stuff. I get it. No, this way. Where are you going? So when we left this morning, there was 4 vehicles in this parking lot. And it's not full, but it's getting there. Yeah, your morning runners you acknowledge. Yeah, there's a couple that I see not usually out here. If you're like a big ultra like trail, or a big trail runner I should say, you don't usually come to Mount Helena. You're gonna go to the other trails, because a lot of the other trails are way better than here. This is more the, I don't know how to put it. If you're definitely from out of town and you're like, hold on, sorry about the shoddy camera work. Change camera. There we go. If you're from like out of town and you're like, oh, we don't ever do anything outdoors, everybody's like, oh, you gotta go climb Mount Helena. When really, I think Mount Ascension or even out of the scratch gravels is better than Mount Helena, but it's like the famous mountain everybody has to do when they're here. And so then if you have like a family day and you're just gonna go hiking somewhere, then yeah, this is where you're gonna come. But Mount Ascension, the trails over there are way better. And you can get more miles too. It's easier to get more miles. Like we almost got 10. We were at 9.75. And we had to go way back in on the ridge line. Now, if you're just gonna do the ridge trail, like I said, you can get 20 miles by doing that. But if I'm gonna get 20 miles, then I will park usually downtown somewhere, and then, or sometimes park here, and then we will run over to Mount Ascension from here, which is about 1.5 miles probably. Go up Mount Ascension, go all the way down, cut across onto Rodney Ridge, which is this ridge line right here, in between here and the bigger mountain back there. And then you run down that, and then I gotta say hi to somebody. I'll be right back.
I forgot where I parked. That's not mine. Freaking heck, my knee hurts. What? Yeah. I have bursitis. Well, I had bursitis in it. Yeah. And so it like flares up, and now it's flaring up. Oh, we finished that 50K.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Well, I didn't train to run sand.
Oh yeah.
Utah is sand.
Yeah.
I mean, but it went great. Yeah. It was good. 6 hours, 30 minutes.
That's good. My fastest 50K
having full conversations behind me, like laughing, and I was like fighting for my life. I was like thinking to myself, like, are you guys dying right now? Oh God.
Yeah, I was talking about that. My experience I'm getting ready because I got into co-management.
Yeah.
And I got street meetings. And so I'm like trying to throw together a training block, and I was thinking about from the video how like after the first 50 days of tough, that's how the whole course.
Yeah.
And there was a conversation like Jeff Browning and like Michael Stevie, everybody there up there just trotting along, talking about it's not time to start racing yet. And I'm looking at like they're just bebopping along after the hardest 50K at like probably an 8-minute mile pace, and I'm like, my level of effort at that point I get like walking.
Yeah, that'd be fun too. There was like very little. I was like waiting for people to start walking. Like they knew like the front and everything. People walk a lot. There was like no walking on this level. It's like, come on, God, give me a break. It was pretty cool. They shot us down this like rock face, and they just flagged it, and you kind of had to find the best route, and they shot us back up it. So I was like sliding down like smooth rocks taller than I am. So that was like the funnest part. Technical. I'm like, we should be a little annoying because they're afraid of heights. Because it was like straight in the canyon of the mountain.
One of the reroutes they did on our it's called, I don't know what the hanging trail or something like that, going from Sedona up to the top of the rim, and it's like 1,000-foot drop. Well, Kelly wins it. But she's racing it too, so her on that, she's gonna, and she could. And I'm sitting here thinking, cause I've never been on that trail, so I'm like, I gotta get back down there, because I'm actually Sunday. I was like, I better get up there because my projected time of getting there is going to be in the middle of the night on like day 3.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to be delirious, and I don't think you can have a pacer in that section, which I don't want to teach.
Right. Like scary. Are you just getting back or are you just getting back?
We just got back. My dog lives in there. Nari! Nari! She's probably sleeping. Nari, come here.
Hi.
Come here.
Are you sleeping? Hi. She's like, oh my God, we have company. Hi.
She's like, yeah, I'm tired. I gotta go back up there.
Yeah, look at her. Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm done. I'm done, Dad. Let's go. Oh, that's funny.
We got that. We did 10 miles. So we went up Prospect Shafts to the top, and then down to after that was not I'm trying to get about at a minimum like 4 or 5 miles per day. I couldn't believe I saw my stats last year, but I feel like I didn't really train a lot.
Yeah.
And I had over 400,000 feet of vert.
Really?
And then I'm looking at all these stats.
I can see that though. I feel like
there's like a lot of these pro, mountain ultra runner, and they didn't even have as much vert as I did. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah. Where am I going wrong? I know. I stuck to the training for the 50K. I went to the treadmill. Honestly, I think it helped a ton because I wasn't tired. Because surprisingly for myself, I did good in the sand. I thought I did. And then I was like ready for my legs to start hurting me, like my hips. Like I was like mentally prepared. I didn't even like about. I think it was like mile 9. I was like, wow, we're already at almost 10 miles. Like that went so quick. It was a good hour and 20 minutes or something like that. And then I reached 20. I think it was like somewhere around 24, and I was like, I'm okay with this. I'm done. Like everything hurts. I want to quit. I remember thinking, oh, 20, like I feel good right now, and then it was just like my legs were like, we're done. We're done. My toes hurt. I had blisters. I'm pretty sure I'm losing like 3 toenails. Like I was like limping. 26. I was like, oh, this hurts.
Last weekend I had to get a long run in. I was shooting for like 20, and so I was just gonna run my 30K course out of scratch gravel, and like I'm like dying. And I think it's because like last month in Arizona, other than like a few days where I was up in the high mountains, it was hard because it's been snowing down there, so I couldn't get up to the high mountains. So I was down at like 1,200 feet, 2,000 feet. So like coming back here, I was just dying out there. But I was also wearing my new shoes because I wanted to try them out and see if they worked for my race. So it was like day 1 of wearing the shoes. My feet are hurting, my legs are hurting. I'm like, I got to like mile 60, and I'm like, I'm done. We're just going back. We're not doing it anymore. I still ended up with like 19 miles. It was still like. Oh, I've done that race. I mean, I did the 50K at that point to get my YouTube zone, and it sucked. That's my worst time. But I had different reasons for it, but that was my worst time ever on a 50K. I finished that thing in 11 hours and 20 minutes. But
isn't it a lot of climbing?
It's steep climbing. It's like it's not like there's no gradual. And I was right on my pace, like at the beginning. I was shooting for like 5 hours on it. And the first 10 miles, I ran the whole thing. I found my groove, my pace, ran up it. We were doing like 2.5 miles. And you get to the first aid station, and then it's just a drop all the way down to the second aid station. And I was using Spring Energy at that time, and now they were. So I blocked hard and I couldn't recover. And then so climbing out of that aid station, you have a hell of a climb. And I was like barely like I could take like 5 steps and my heart rate would jump up to like 150. And I'm like, I'm barely moving and I'm at 150, so trying to go even faster, it was like not happening. But then I got on like on the flats or the downhills, I could run. It's just those climbs. It probably just, I bet you it's the same course except for that last section. You probably go through the tunnel and then you go back up and down instead of on the 50K you go through the tunnel and you drop and then you have to climb all the way back up and then finish back up where the first aid station is essentially. I bet you just take the tunnel, hang a left and just load. Yeah, I signed up for Bogey on Rim 100 this year, which is like a brutal race, and that's to get my Hard Rock qualifier. And then I signed up for Mammoth 200 this year because Tim, I was talking to him last year and he convinced me to do his race. And then I wasn't going to do it, but then when I was like, oh, I'm not getting into Cocodona, because they gave my slot to Courtney DeWalter that I'm supposed to get. And so I was like, well, I just signed up for it. So I signed up for it, and now it's like, I guess I'm doing both. Like, I don't want to do that. This wasn't supposed to be my year. I was supposed to do like one more race, and then after that, it was just going to be like just fun stuff.
That's what I said, the same thing. I was like, I'm not going to sign up for anything this year, and then I signed up for this one, and then I signed up for the one in July, and then I signed up for the freaking rut, the 28 again, even though I said I wasn't going to do it.
That's the funnest one to do.
I did sign up for it.
Like, if you're going to do any of the rut, that's the best one.
I had a blast doing the 21 was fun.
Well, I'll probably be doing
And then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that Elkhorn during the 13.
Yeah.
Because I always do it on my friend. She's just like, want to do with her. I always just get so competitive. I just leave it behind.
Yeah.
Maybe this year I should like stay. Pace, you know?
Well, I'm thinking about, because I love doing the Expedition 12K down in the Lewis and Clark Canyons area.
Oh, I heard about that.
It's so much fun.
My friend said I should do it.
Yeah. So I'm now, it's like the week or maybe 2 weeks. I think it's like the week before Coconut. It's like that last weekend of April. But I have to come up and drop her off anyways.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, maybe I'll just run it because it's only a 12. Like,
maybe I should do it. My friend last year was like, you should do it.
It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it so
pretty.
much. Yeah. And it's usually, this year, it won't be near like it was last, or 2 years, I think it was like last year. 2 years ago, there was still some snow on the backside.
Yeah.
And so you're like bombing down that and pretty much you're just sliding on your ass all the way down. It was a lot of fun. But I had a lot of fun, and then like I was in horrible shape. I hadn't done anything before that, and I still finished like 14th overall.
Yeah.
And like now I'm thinking about it, I'm like I could easily like top 3 in the shape I'm at right now. But you never know. There is some pros that show up that just for like really best
There was some fast people in this 50K that I did. Like the top guy finished in like 3 hours or something. I was like, what yeah, they said when we got to the 16, the halfway you had to check in, and they were like, yeah, the first male runner made it here in like an hour and 20 minutes. And I was like, that makes me want to freaking bomb. Oh yeah, and you can just, I mean, they're just like, there's a guy that I follow on Instagram that's from around here, and he was doing it. I don't know if he won some big ones. I did see him. I recognized him, but I was just like, what are you on? I'm dying, and you're done, and I'm not even at mile, 20.
Yeah. The days back when I was faster, I'm just old.
I know, and then it's like, okay, where do you draw the line? Like, stop being competitive. It's like I finished, and yet it's like I think I was like 7th in my age group in this 50K, and then 15th female overall. And it's just like, okay, I wanted to be top 10, like in the top 10 female for my first 50. It's like, Lindsay, that's still your first 50. Like, relax. You weren't dead last, But it's like in your mind, I'm just competitive, and I don't know why.
Well, maybe I'm good friends with Jeff Browning, and like, he's what, 5 years, 6 years older than me, and he's still out there winning 100 milers. So it's like, if he can still be competitive, I should be able to. Yeah, you don't have the genetics of him, though.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, good seeing you.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you.
See you out here again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back, everybody. Sorry about that. I didn't know I'd be talking that long. One of my good friends I hadn't seen for a long time. She was telling me about her first 50K that she ran. I think it was last weekend. So. But yeah, I saw her and I was like, I haven't talked to her for a long time, so I should talk to her. So, but I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I don't even know why I kept it up. So plan. Ooh. Stretch the legs out a bit. We are going to go do some stuff today. Try and get that Starlink mounted. Like I said, if I get the Starlink mounted, then we're going to do an IRL stream the whole drive down to Arizona. It'll take us 2 days. And then we'll be down there running, and then I work next weekend, so I won't be able to, well, we'll still go for a run. I'll still be able to stream on that day, because that's I'll only be working for like 4 hours tops is all. And then yeah, and then I got to figure out when I got to come back up here to drop her off and that kind of stuff. But I don't think I'll be streaming tonight. I do have to do something tonight, but I don't think I'll be streaming. And then I won't be able to stream tomorrow night, but or tomorrow day, I guess I should say. I won't be able to stream because I'll be back in the wilderness and there's zero signal back there. So that'll be it. So I probably won't see it again until Sunday, but thanks everybody for joining me on today's run. We did get almost 10 miles with 2,300 feet of vert, so not too bad. But I will see you guys next time. Bye everyone. Love you all. And yeah, we'll see you then. Bye everyone.